The reason I love comments like this is because the hypocrisy is palpable. Any woman who dates men knows that men are the first to forgo protection the moment they get the fucking chance, regardless of your status or situation. There's also something called stealthing, which you may not know, but judging by your comment, probably practice. Our pleasure has been second rate for centuries, and as soon as we get enlightened about the orgasm gap or our sexual health, here come the comments, making assumptions and shaming us for the very thing that you do. You realize that people also forego protection when they're with a trusted partner in a relationship, and that herpes is skin-to-skin transmission, so you can get it in various ways outside the bedroom. You're just sad the only thing you're getting raw is sushi.
And this is basically what happens when you tell a woman the truth. And in case you weren't able to see the comment that she was actually responding to, the guy basically called her out for having an STD. So this woman has herpes, right? And he called her out, and he like blatantly said, you got raw dogged by a loser, and now you want to be praised about it, right? Which is a very red pill statement. And this girl, by the way, she gets just tons and tons of comments, right? Thousands of comments from yes men, simps, beta males telling her like, honey, you're right, it's not your fault, just agreeing with everything she says. And you know, for the most part, she doesn't respond to any of those guys. But she responded to this guy. Why? Because he put her in her place and he told her what she needed to hear. Not what she wanted to hear, but what she needed to hear. And that is, I mean, the truth is like kryptonite to these type of females. It's like kryptonite. They don't want to hear it. They're like, oh my God, you know. And this is why... this is why you want to avoid females like this. Not only for the fact that she has herpes, which we'll get into in a second, but just for the fact that she cannot accept accountability for her poor decisions in life. She can't just sit there and say, yeah, I made a mistake, right? Maybe I shouldn't have trusted this guy. Maybe I should have made him wait longer. Maybe I should have vetted him a little bit more instead of just jumping into the sack with him and spreading my legs and letting him just go up inside of me raw. Because now I have herpes and I can't get rid of it, and now I have to create this TikTok account and tell everybody about how I have herpes and how, you know, it's okay, and now I have to cope with life. So basically every video that I've seen of this chick, and we'll cover a few in the coming weeks, just because they're so good, right? I mean, every video I've seen of this chick, she is basically coping with the fact that she has herpes. Instead of just going, hey, you know, yeah, I got it, and my bad, right? That's on me. I'm not blaming the guy. I need to blame myself. Does she ever do that? No, absolutely not, right? And anybody who calls her out, she just goes and attacks them. So how do you learn? How do you fix yourself? How do you do better the next time if you can't even accept accountability for what you did the last time? You can't. That's, you know, you don't improve. I mean, just that lack of, accountability for her bad decisions just tells me that she's just going to do it again. And clearly she is, right? I mean, clearly she is. So, yeah, let's just get into a couple of statements she made that were complete, absolute lies. Like, she also said that guys are the first. Okay, guys are the first to go raw at any opportunity they can, which is a complete lie. Okay, maybe loser guys, right? Maybe loser guys do that, which is probably the guys she's sleeping with, but don't paint all guys with that same broad brush. Because most guys who are high value, or not even high value, but just don't want to have kids, or believe in themselves enough to believe that one day they're going to be high value, or one day they're going to be worth something, are not going to do that. They are going to use protection, especially with a chick that, you know, admits she sleeps around. They're going to be careful about it, right? They're going to vet that chick. It's just part of being a responsible, high value guy. I mean, back in my 20s, even when I wasn't high value, I believed in myself enough to know that, hey, I'm going to go somewhere someday. Maybe it's not happening now, but I believed in myself enough to know that, like, like when I date a chick, before we get physical in the least, I would kind of vet her and ask about previous boyfriends, right? And sometimes the girls would even be like, "Why are you asking about him? I don't want to talk about him. I hate his guts." And it's like, well, I'm just curious, right? I want to know, right? Even beyond sex, I want to know why that didn't work out, because you know what? Past behaviors dictate future behaviors. So I want to know what happened in that relationship, because I want to make sure that I am not part of your history that is going to repeat itself, right? If you went and screwed this guy over, then got a restraining order against him, and used the court system to take his kids, take his money, or just keep him away from your apartment while you banged other chads. I want to know. I want to know that, right? I want to know what your mentality is like. I want to know how you're thinking. If your thinking is out of whack, right? I want to know these things because I don't want to invest in you knowing that you do guys wrong, right? I'd rather just take my chips off the table and go to another table and gamble. So I was always good about asking these girls about previous relationships, and now it's to the point where I just ask girls straight out, "Have you ever had an STD?" And I teach my students to do the same, just, very, very early on in the conversation. Obviously you're going to have to socially calibrate this a little bit, because the girl could get offended. I've had some girls get offended, like, "Oh, what do you think I am?" Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, girl, I'm just asking you, right? I mean, it's a fair question. I wouldn't mind if you asked me, right? I mean, it's a fair question to ask a girl, like, "Hey, have you ever had an STD?" Because if she says she has, guess what? You're out of there. Okay? You're out of there. Done. Done, done, done. I was just telling my wingman Jared, about this story, because there was a girl that I met, I believe it was while we were out gaming, and she was this Swedish girl, gorgeous Swedish girl, model, like LA model, right? Swedish girl. I remember I met her, and I was like, man, oh, this girl looks like the one, right? She looks like the one. She was tall. I like tall girls personally. She was like 5'9", maybe a little taller than that, 5'9.5". Like hot girl, right? Model, and very, very, like, I don't know, like she had like a very nurturing side to her. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. I'm into this girl. So I gamed her pretty hard, right? And she seemed attracted to me. However, she did admit she had a boyfriend, and she was like, "I'm not gonna do anything while I have this boyfriend." She was like, if you want to follow me on some social media, you can do that. So I did. Never followed me back, and I was like, okay, I'll just follow her, no big deal. Didn't hurt me any. Never liked any of her photos. I didn't like simp over it. Nothing, right? And then I think it was about 6 months later, she, out of nowhere, she just reaches out to me, and she's like, "Hey, are you still single?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Are you still in LA?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Okay, I'm in Sweden now." And I'm like, "Whoa, why?" And she was like, "I just moved back to Stockholm." She lived in Stockholm. So she's like, "I had to move back. I missed my family and everything." But she was willing to come back to LA, because we talked for a few days, and she just said, "Oh, I thought that was really cute the way you approached me," and all this other stuff. And she's like, "I always thought about you." And I mean, this was on, right? This was on. And so we were talking for a good few days, and literally she was like, "Do you want me to come back to LA for a little bit?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, come on back." And then she was like, "Okay, let me check how much flights are." So she's checking flights, and then I was scheduling. Okay, I'm like, okay, I have to work during this time. So she knew about she'll probably watch this. She knew about my channel and everything. She knows POA. And so I was like, "Okay, cool, let's do this." And she was like, "Okay, this is the date that I could come back." So we figure out the date. All good to go. And then it dawned upon me. I'm like, "Hey, I never asked this chick if she had an STD." I'm like, it'll be fine. So before I did anything else, I just sent her a text like one morning. I woke up like pretty sleepy. I'm like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I forgot to ask you, have you ever had an STD?" Dead silence, right? It took her like 6 hours to respond. And then she was like, "Do you have time to talk?" I'm like, she's like, "Do you have time to get on the phone?" I'm like, "Sure." So we get on WhatsApp, right? Because she's all the way in Sweden, so we do WhatsApp. Gets on the WhatsApp, we do a face-to-face, FaceTime. And then she goes, okay, so I have to answer your question. So that last guy I met while, or the last guy I was dating when that time when I met you and you cold approached me in downtown LA, she was like, okay, so that guy apparently gave me herpes. I'm like, all right. And obviously there's like, I believe there's different types of herpes, but she had kind of like a more extreme case. I don't know. But I remember I researched at the time, and I was saddened because the deal was off. And she was like, is that a deal breaker? And I just said, yeah. Without a second thought, I just said, yeah. And she goes, even with condoms? I said, yeah. So basically, she was like already admitting, like kind of like in her own like way, that she would have sex with me. She was already talking about condoms. And I said, no. I said, I just got checked recently, which I did at that time. And I said, I am completely clean. I have nothing, believe it or not. And she was even amazed by that. She was like, man, you slept with all these women. You don't have anything? I go, nope, zero. I'm clean, clean bill of health. And I told her no, and it's not going to work. And I was just so like, ugh, why? And that was it. I walked away, right? I walked away. But this is why I'm telling you guys, it's not worth the risk if you are healthy to not sleep with somebody who has an STD, right? And these chicks will always push. And this chick did, the Swedish chick. She did push a little bit. She tried to change my mind, and I just said no. I just kept saying no, And like with this chick in this TikTok video, this chick is, at least the Swedish chick that I was potentially gonna date was pretty respectful after I kept saying no. She just said, I understand, and that's your choice, and good luck, and blah blah blah, and I still like you, and all this, and she was like, I should have just, like, I wish I met you before that guy, and and I'm like, yeah, that's just how life works sometimes. Life throws you a curveball, right? But this chick in this TikTok video is like unapologetically like trying to shame guys who call her out for having herpes, and basically whatever she did to get herpes, and it's fine if she goes, yeah, it's my mistake, and she takes responsibility for that, then yeah, you can't really fault her. But she's not. I haven't seen a single coaching video of hers, or she doesn't coach, but a single TikTok video of hers where she is taking responsibility for her poor decisions. Instead, she's just like fighting all the bad comments she gets, or lashing out at people who have anything bad to say about someone who has herpes. She's like going on these profanity-laced rants about guys who won't have sex with women who have herpes, and who are you, and blah blah. It's like, dude, that's not the way to learn from your mistakes. Obviously, you made a big one because now you have this STD that is like luggage that you will never be able to get rid of. And instead of accepting the fact that you made a boo-boo in life, you're just going, nope, I'm a queen, I'm all good, it's all you people, it's men's fault. It's men's fault that I'm this way because they go raw. And that is the biggest lie, by the way. I don't know how I got on this tangent, but that is the big lie that she told in that. And it's like, men will try to go raw any chance they get. No. Maybe loser guys, like I said, but high value guys, even guys who are just average, who believe in themselves, or who just don't want to have kids, are not going to do that, right? They're going to strap it up, and they're just not going to take that gamble. Okay, they're not going to take that gamble. So she's completely full of it, because from my experience, and this is my own experience, and the experience I've had, I've heard from other guys, many other guys, other PUAs, other students of mine who've told me, it's like, why are these girls so willing to go raw? I think even statistically, you can find that statistic that most women are open to not using protection and just expecting the guy to take care of this, right? Most women will let you go raw inside of them. And that has been my experience. Most women will. And obviously, she's one of them. She is one of them, right? Because women have the final say in this. Women have the final say, okay? Women, I keep telling you guys, women are the gatekeepers of sex, not men. Women are. So she has a final say to go, no, put on a condom, or no, you're not having sex with me. She has the final say as a female. We don't have that. She does. So the fact that she didn't tell that guy, put something on, and she let him go up inside of her, even having the final say, that's on her, that's her fault, and that is why she has herpes. And as always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video, any comments you want to share. You guys always share some funny ones, so drop the comments below. I love to read them, I love to see them, and I love seeing you guys in my comments, so share with our tribe. And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to smash that like button right now. Do it now. More importantly, guys, make sure that you hit that notification bell as well so that you're notified whenever I upload a brand new coaching video to my YouTube channel, but also whenever I go live. A lot of you guys have been like, hey, Ann, I don't know when you go live. And then I found out the next day you were live and I missed the whole thing. This is why you gotta make sure you hit that notification bell as well for the 33 Secrets, so you are notified whenever I do a live stream. And I tend to do these live streams just on the fly, whenever I feel like it. Okay, those tend to be the best ones. And on those live streams, you can ask me questions. And I answer a lot of guys' questions for free. So you wanna make sure you hit that notification bell as well. That way you're notified whenever I do a live stream and whenever I upload a brand new coaching video here to my channel. Okay, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And for all of you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world are constantly and consistently cold approaching and cold closing every single day, every single week, and every single month all over the world. I kid you not. That is how powerful this skill is. Learning pickup, learning game. This is a skill that you can use not only to bring 8s, 9s, and 10s, beautiful women, very attractive women into your life, but it's a skill that you can use in every other aspect of your life. Whether you want to get into better shape, you can game yourself. Whether you want to get a better job, a better career, you could use these skills as well. I was able to get 6-figure corporate jobs with Fortune 100 companies. I beat out hundreds of candidates to get these jobs, all thanks to my pickup and game skills. I was able to build a very successful business using my pickup and game skills, doing what I love. And now here I am acquiring other businesses, negotiating with other entrepreneurs for their businesses and their e-commerce sites and websites, cash flowing sites, using my pickup and game skills. It's like a billion-dollar skill at this point. It's that powerful. Okay, so you can not only use it to gain the lifestyle that you want, beautiful cars, beautiful houses, beautiful women, but you could use it to just take yourself to another level. Okay, that's how powerful this stuff is. So right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me in 7 Months of Mastery. So take advantage of it. It's really easy to get signed up. All you need to do is click that link below. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. And like I said, it's the best way to support me in what I'm doing here. So if you want to support me, that's the best way to do it. Jump into 7 Months of Mastery. It's only $1. Click the link below. Take you over to my website and you can get signed up right now. It takes 2 seconds. So do that now and I will see you in my next coaching video. Signing out with the DeLorean. So many of you guys are like, hey, why are you always traveling? Shoot at home, shoot at home. So here I am shooting at home, but I'm about to travel in about a week, so I'll be gone for a month. So trying to shoot as many as at home as possible, so you guys stop asking me this question. Like, shoot more at home. Why are you always traveling? That's what you do when you live the life. You travel, you live it like a rock star.